It's do or die between these two heavy-powered squads, as the Arlington Admirals square off against the Kings Park Commack Knights for a trip to the semifinals on Sunday morning. Michael Andrick ready to bring in the action, and the obvious has been stated. It's one team wins and moves on, and the other will have to rely on a little bit of help in order to get to tomorrow. And well, these are the scenarios as it shows right here. Well, I'll ask my technical director here for the scenarios. So scenarios for tomorrow, or scenarios for this matchup, are, so if Arlington wins, they're in. And if they lose, however, they will have to rely on FDR to limit Commack from scoring a lot of goals. But there's a catch too. If they lose in OT, well, we'll be crossing that bridge, and that fate will be decided if and when that happens. But for now, it's all the attention is on this game that's about to take place right here, right now. Arlington is looking to make it back to the finals, and they've been here in the championship a few times within their playing history as the KPC Knights make their way onto the ice, and they're looking for a huge bounce-back performance after being belted by the Commack-Sayville Thunderbirds and the returning Colin Bizel and Joseph Walsh helping their team to the victory over the Knights. And one thing that will definitely be hanging in the balance is the question of who gets the start for a game that has a lot of writing on the wall. Are you going with that man Joseph O'Neill, or are you putting in a familiar face in net by the name of Brandon Fuderman? Fuderman's stats have showed that choosing him has paid off, could be the right choice. However, Joseph O'Neill can be a strong asset in net if Dwayne Kilmer decides to utilize that two-goalie tandem like we saw a little bit this morning against Commack-Sayville. And although Brandon Fuderman was the one that finished off the rest of the game against Commack-Sayville, we shouldn't count out Dwayne Kilmer utilizing Joseph O'Neill to start over Fuderman as a result of the change in scenery and goal in the middle of that first period. Arlington, their story is a little bit different than Kings Park Commack's. Coming off the heels of a massive win over FDR, in which they were powered by a hat trick from Benjamin Hepler and a goal of astronomical proportions from number 71, Sir Kyle Patrick. We are inching closer and closer to game time between these two squads. Be sure to stick around, and we are ready . KPC will start the first period with the line of Brent Tinchert, Dylan Quinn, and Chris Cetera on the offense, while Joseph Parator and Steven Shapiro begin in the defensive position. It's Brandon Fuderman for the Knights as he gets the start over Joseph O'Neill. While in nets for the Arlington Admirals, it's a familiar face in Alexis Sipek. And we get this contest underway. Chris Cetera on the hunt as he goes up against Horahan and drills him into the boards, making his presence felt almost instantly here in this contest. Tinchert couldn't get the shot cleanly off as that got blocked in front. Cetera knocked down hard to the ice. And one could say that was a little bit of retribution from Horahan after Chris Cetera drove the body into him. And here he goes. That chance missing for Arlington as KPC tries to flex into the zone. This is an opportunity here for the Knights, but Arlington is going to muscle the other way. LaRue got shouldered off right there. Giveaway almost made by the Knights as the Admirals tried to jump on any mistake that the Knights end up making here in this contest. We saw a few of them come into effect against Commack Quad-Sayville here today, as this one gets bounced around towards the goal. In front is Prang, where he is usually located, trying to cause as much havoc as possible for the Knights offense, ice and called here. And there is Brandon Fuderman rocking the ever so intimidating Venom mask. And by the way he's been playing, it's safe to say he has been elite for the most part. Prang denied right there by Sipek. Arlington pushing the other way. Here's Farron with a drive from distance, and it's stopped in the glove of Fuderman, who holds up. Gallagher against the captain of the Knights. This one attempts to be pushed toward the other zone by KPC. And we get a stoppage of play. There is Brent Tinchert, who recorded a goal in his last contest against the Thunderbirds, and he's looking to continue that trend here against the Admirals in a game that means the most for the Knights, with their season possibly hanging in the balance, as KPC not off to a good start here in the early moments of the first as they commit the first penalty. It's a hooking call against Nicholas Berhalter. He wants a further explanation as to why he was hit with the infraction, but he will not get an answer to that, as Arlington will activate the power play units for the first time here in this late afternoon affair. Horahan closing in, and that chance just skittered off the body of Fuderman. Good clear right here early by the Knights, as Sipek plays this one on the stick of LaRue. LaRue driving in, save, rebound, juggling around the front, and it couldn't be put home right there by the Admirals, and that draws an ovation from the Knights crowd as KPC is able to stave off the Admirals on this penalty kill that the Knights face. Billy Prang pops this one forward, and here he comes with speed. Prang couldn't connect right there. Everyone converging along the wall. Knights trying to keep it in the zone to no avail as this is carried in by Vintrone. Vintrone couldn't get the shot off cleanly as Weir had to play it off from the corner boards. A steal made right here by Arlington, and they couldn't advance towards the net. Farron floated it one towards the goal, and it's stopped that time again by Fuderman. Rebounds couldn't be gathered up right there, and this goes out of play, and we'll have another draw. So there is Kirk Farron, one of the top goal scorers this past weekend, or in this weekend tournament. He recorded 2 goals yesterday against Commack in that victory over the Thunderbirds 4-3, which put them in this position to try to clinch a spot in the Final Four on Sunday. This one is knocked onto the stick and pushed even further by LaBrue and his teammates. Here's Cox. Cox tried to wrap it out of the zone to no avail. It's kept alive by the Knights. As this gets pushed out, but it's intercepted by Tinshirt. Brent Tinshirt walking in with a chance, and he misses the mark. Shapiro drops it onto the stick of Tinshirt. Tinshirt centering chance. Brazel trying to spin it in front, and that almost caromed off a bunch of sticks and almost benefited the Knights with an early scoring opportunity. Tinshirt again in front. Brazel scores! Razzle dazzle, Mikey Brazel, 1-0 Knights. The Goals brothers celebrate with the Long Island Rebels product, Brazel, here in the opening moments of the first period. The Knights draw first blood against Arlington. And it happens in a big way on a beautiful setup finished gracefully by Mikey Brazel to make this a 1-0 contest.
Let's go, White! Let's go, White!
Do not worry, you did not miss a single bit of action as it's a penalty against KPC, so whoops. Chris Satara in the box, and the Knights go back to the penalty kill after converting on the goal. Both teams were at even strength. Arlington trying trying to get a chance to go here on the second man advantage they have been rewarded with, and they almost scored right there, and Brandon Fuderman covers up as Arlington nearly came in to tie in this thing up. Orahan, LaRue, this one misfires for the Admirals, and this will go for a clear for the Knights. LaRue gonna take aim at the Knights, but he missed his chance right there. KPC. Forehand, denied right there as he whistled that one wide of the net. And it'll go for another clear by the Knights, who are looking for their second consecutive penalty kill. Prang in front, tried to lay it in the slot to no avail. He stays with it, or pardon me, that's a Bozzi's. And that one can be dealt in the goal. Bozzi's got it across to Shapiro. Shapiro shifting over to the right side. Couldn't get the shot off, and Gallagher will try to power through and go the other way. However, it's the Knights who keep the Admirals at bay. Nice move right there by Horahan to create some separation. He then gets it back to Vintrone. Vintrone taking it wide, trying to stuff it home on his forehand. Chance for the Admirals, skips wide. And the Knights have successfully killed off the first two penalties they have committed against the Admirals. And now we'll see if the trend continues for the offensive department, as the special teams unit took care of one ordeal, which was killing off the penalty, and we saw it happen before with them killing off the first penalty. They were provided with the goal by Mikey Brazel on the even playing field, and now we'll see if that repeats itself as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey for the time being. Berhalter smushed to the ice. Tincher laid in front. Prang almost nudging it home as he was parked inside the crease. Quinn pinching in there to try to get a hold of the feed as this one starts to bounce around. And again, here's Tinchert. Tinchert plays this one behind his back, but into the possession of the Admirals. And this cascades out of play. So, that is that. Watch out there, heavy hit thrown on Dylan Quinn, and that draws an ovation from the Admirals bench as this goes out of play. We get another penalty, except this is going against the Admirals this time. So after killing off back-to-back penalties, the Knights will get their first shot on the power play, and Mikey Brazel, the man that has the only goal, was the was knocked down. May have gotten slashed, actually, as he was holding his arm. Sporting some discomfort on his wrist, so we'll see how he does for the rest of this contest, especially on this power play opportunity. Parator gliding at the top. They try to make something connect here on the first man advantage. And we get a stoppage of play, and we'll see what the cause for this disruption is. It's a hand pass, and so the face-off draw will take place outside of the zone. Brazel dangling. He's got Prang in the trailer, scores! Billy Prang, power play goal, 2-0. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, this is being overruled. And wow, this has taken a turn for the worst for the Knights. So the power play will continue for KPC as Billy Prang is discredited with the goal, and this becomes what we had before what seemed like it was the goal, a power play opportunity that's raging on for the Knights. Berhalter shouldered into the boards right there and taking the task heavily by Hepler, and it results in another clear for the Knights. That one couldn't be stashed on the stick of Quinn, and this results in a 2-on-1 opportunity possibly for the Admirals, but the Knights get back just in time to cancel that out. Dylan Quinn takes off into the Admirals zone. Quinn trying to set something up for his team after they were deprived of what would have been Billy Prang's third goal of this tournament. Under 5 left to play here in the first. A must-win for both teams, but especially for the Admirals.
What did they say? there's no goal squad. You have no sound? It's a fucking joke.
So it's a must-win for both squads regardless, except Arlington has the edge over KPC when it comes to not needing someone else to have a role in a part for them to advance to the next portion of the weekend. Breakaway chance, LaRue! Denied that time by Fruderman. This one skips out of the zone, and Cox will reset for the Admirals. LaRue firing. That one got blocked off the body of Jacob Quinn. LaRue throws the big hit against Berhalter, who's slow after taking the hits. Arlington attempting to advance the other way. KPC cutting their chance off by a little bit as Brazel makes his presence felt yet again inside Arlington zone. Brazel. That chance missed for the Knights. Superstar forward. A steal and a chance here for Arlington. Save made that time by Fruderman, who holds up. This will go for icing as well.
Let's go, White! Let's go, White! Get it down over there.
1-6.
Hoover from the top, save made there by Sipek, who holds up. So the reason for why Billy Prank's goal was disallowed was because of incidental contact with Sipek, the netminder for the Admirals. So Knights look to regain that chances. This is Arlington making their way back into the zone. Parator throwing the body against the Admirals player, as this is kept alive in the zone by Howard. Horahan able to pop this one over to Howard. Howard missed the feed as LaRue tries to advance it out of the zone. Quinn powers this one around the boards. Howard trying to get a hold of the possession as this one is flipped, not out of the zone. Abazi's denied that time by Sipek. A minute and a half remaining. Arlington trying to race the other way. LaRue will track it down and attempt to center it in front. But now it's Shapiro who has it, and he'll toss it up ahead. Mikey Brazel got it to Abazi's. Abazi's level to the ice. Rebound. Billy Prang rings it off the crossbar. Arlington. Kirk Farron will drop this one in deep. Sebring couldn't get to it before the Knights could. And Arlington will try to set it up again. However they decide to set it up. Because at the moment, it's a chip and chase game for the Admirals. With 20 seconds left, Brazel and the Knights trying to plow through and get to the goal. Brazel throws a heavy hit in the end boards. Siegler gonna pinch in there and try to keep it inside the zone. It's bouncing around and it'll be further popped out and covered up at the buzzer by Sidepack to end the first. Knights up 1-0. It's maybe the biggest one in this outing so far for the Admirals as they try to tie things up here in the second. Brazel from distance, he was stopped. Rebound, Abazis scores! 2-0, Peter Abazis. This first line is unstoppable. Another goal for the trifecta of Abazis, Brazel, and Prang. And you had a feeling it was going to be one of them that was going to get back the goal that was waved off. And it was either going to be, you had a feeling Prang or Abazis was going to get their sweet revenge on that after being deprived of the second goal that could have been. This one is bouncing around in front, but it couldn't be handled well as Arlington will take off the other way. Here comes Cox. Cox trying to meander through chaos there as Abazis and Prang take off the other way. Abazis dangling. Abazis curl and drag attempt couldn't be executed as Barron dumps this into the corner boards and around the goal. Horahan spinning this one off the boards and back into the hands of Siegler. Argilla will attempt to track it down against the Admirals as this one is nudged ahead on the hunt. LaRue, can he get there and get an opportunity? He did, but it didn't phase Fuderman, who was able to make the stop. Here's another chance for the Admirals as they try to get on the board here in the second. Trailing by 2. Chance on goal, and this misses, but not by much. For Gallagher, score! Arlington on the board! If at first you don't succeed, try again. Paul Gallagher gets the Admirals within 1 as they cut the Knights' lead in half just minutes after Peter Abazis put home the goal for Kings Park Commack. He had a goal against Connect Quad Sayville, and now he's just done that yet again to another Suffolk County High School Hockey League opponent. Score! Back and forth we go. The captain makes it 3-1 KPC. It's a captain connection for the Knights, Satera and Tinshert, as that one goes in and out for number 11. And the Knights have a 2-goal lead once again. This one is played off the pad of Fuderman, and the Admirals attempt to counteract the latest attack that the Knights planted on the Admirals this period. A giveaway, and nearly going the other direction was the Admirals, as that was a close call right there for Sipek, who holds up. Jam session, the corner, leads to Prang almost getting that one perfectly on the stick of Brazel, and Abazis almost connecting down low. Abazis working, but he couldn't get the shot off as Arlington is able to force the Knights out of the zone. Offside's called here. Ventrone tosses this one into the deep end. Parator will go back and retrieve it. That's if Medeiros doesn't have anything to do with it, as he was hot on his tail. Brazel trying to poke it back the other way. Here's Parator coming into the pitcher. Look at Joseph Parator in with a chance, and he just missed, but not by much. An on-rushing attack by the young defenseman almost gets the Knights up by 3 as we get a stoppage of play. And it's for a high stick. However, neither team will be at a disadvantage. What's up, dogs? This one skips out of the zone, and it'll be retrieved, or attempt to be retrieved cleanly by Cox as it bounces around inside the neutral zone. And here's Farron. Kirk Farron just missing his shot right there, but not by much. Both of the teams have been trading goal opportunities after goal opportunities, and this will be a big opportunity for the Admirals, with Jacob Quinn committing the latest penalty for Kings Park Commack. It's the first infraction of the period that either team has committed in the second, and the Admirals will get the benefit of the doubt at utilizing the power play units. Horahan spins away from the pressure, but he couldn't set up something in front as the Knights get a clear out of it. Here's LaRue. LaRue. Couldn't get that one to go. Tried to spin it back in front as it's popping around inside the zone, and the Knights get another clear. Horahan sidesteps the pressure given to him. That was given to him by Quinn, as here's LaRue once more gathering it for the Admirals. This one is tossed back into the corner. Farron. And it results in another clear for the Knights. Horahan. Farron. Horahan. Tried to receive that one through his legs, and instead he'll just fire it in deep and go for a line change. .30 seconds left on the man advantage for Arlington. Hepler. Centering chance wouldn't go that time for the Admirals. KPC Knights forging the other way as this is tossed back in the zone. Arlington will attempt to reset. Farron finding himself with Satera breathing down his back as this comes nearly close to being a successful power play, but the story did not live up to its billing for the Admirals in this latest power play sequence. We go back to 5-on-5 hockey with the Knights' top line on the ice, waiting to strike once again. Brazel dancing. Brazel to the goal, and he just missed. And how magnificent would that have been? Brazel denied that time by Sipek. Brazo on the draw, tied up with Gallagher, the lone goal scorer for the Admirals, as this gets popped out of the zone, and Parator will attempt to gather it cleanly, and he almost got cleaned out right there by LaRue as he tosses this one further ahead. Abazi's trying to get it, and he collides with one of the Admirals players who's shaken up heavily in the corner. Parator, curl and drag attempt, and a beautiful play to negate that opportunity by the Admirals defensive units. Brazel pops this forward off the glass, praying to the net. Save made by Sipek. This one is sent in deep by Witten, and it's stopped by Fuderman. Tie up on the draw right here as Farron looks to get a hold of it. Banked off the glass, but Ziegler makes the keep at the blue line. Ziegler fanned on that keep attempt. And here comes Ventrone, just missing on that skipping shot. Six and a half remaining here in the second. 3-1 the score. We left the first with the Knights up 1-0. And this game has only gotten more dramatic as the minutes go by. Icing called again. Centering chance, and this one trickles back into the corner. LaRue tried to flutter one on goal, but it was stopped again by Fuderman. Howard couldn't keep that one in the zone. Here's a chance the other way for Dylan Quinn. Quinn's got Argilla driving into the net, and he couldn't get a hold of that feed. Good job by the Arlington Admirals to negate the scoring opportunity for the Knights. Berhalter attempting to wheel and deal his way back into the zone. Center chance, score! Dylan Quinn, second of the tournament, 4-1. A beautiful setup by Berhalter to the Long Island goals product. And just like that, the Knights have a 3-goal lead over their Hudson Valley counterparts. Amelia from distance stopped right there by Sipek.
Keep it going.
Hard check thrown right there by Mikey Brazel. And here's Parator again. Last time we saw him out on the ice, he was displaying some graceful moves with the puck on his stick, as this one takes an adventure all the way down to the other end, icing waved off. Cox throws this one back into the corner. And again, this one is popped back in front, but it couldn't be jammed home right there that time. Brazel leading the charge for the Knights the other way, and this one was fended off by Sipek. Prang grabs it down low, but he couldn't send it out in front. Arlington trying to forge the other way. They got put to a stop along the half wall. Now they do find room to pop it forward. Horahan had trouble knifing that one to the other direction. Arlington trying to get something going in the late moments of the second. Here come the Admirals steaming in. Drive! And this one just misses for Farron. Cetera tried to nudge that one across to his target in sight, which would have been Pellegrino. Farron tosses this one ahead. On the hunt was Sebring, but he couldn't navigate his way through the bodies that blocked his path. Icing called here. KPC almost executing on that play as they raced in against Arlington for that loose puck. LaRue able to get it across to Horahan. Horahan enters the zone with a chance and stopped by Fuderman, who holds up. One skitters off a bunch of skates, but it hit off everything except an Arlington stick. Here's Berhalter with a chance, and that one missed for him. Hoover at the top keeps it in the zone. Berhalter again with another try, and that one was denied by Sipek. Rebound, it's contained by Quinn, but it bounces out of the zone, and Weir's got to just toss it back in harmlessly as Arlington is right there waiting for the feed to come to them. If it does, and Quinn almost registers a pair of goals right there. Back in front of Bozzies, score! Deuces for Prang, 5-1. Or no, Prang's got his first. This is Billy Prang's first. And he says, take that. And if we're keeping counts with how many goals have been scored by this top line of the Knights, so this top core, this top line for the Knights has scored 3 times in this contest. The other 2 goals coming from Brent Tinshert and Dylan Quinn. So each of the Knights' top players have recorded a goal each here in this contest. Final 35 seconds and less. Abazi's just misconnecting on that opportunity. Brazel parked behind the goal, and he's taken to task right there as one of the Admirals players got their arms up a little too high, which is the reason why Brandon Fruderman is racing feverishly to the bench. And this penalty will carry over to the 3rd period. That's if the Knights don't execute in these final 8 seconds. It's a penalty against Benjamin Hepler for getting too aggressive. Praying off the draw, couldn't get a clean shot off, and Brazel almost potted that one home after the rebound came in front. And it's break time. Knights lead 5-1 heading to the 3rd. The two head coaches, Kyle Ludwig and Dwayne Kilmer, make their last-minute strategies before the final 17 minutes of play get underway. Brazel, Prang, and a change in scenery as instead of Tint Shirts playing alongside those two for the remaining remaining minutes of the power play, it will be Brent Tint Shirts, with Berhalter and Parator commanding the points. This one couldn't be jabbed home right there by Tint Shirts as KPC continues to play catch at the top. Parator, Brazel tosses it in front, and he couldn't be slammed home right there by Tint Shirts. Tint Shirt gets it back along the half wall before distributing it onto the stick of Parator, then dishes it onto the stick of Brazel. Brazel coming in close, missing his chance. Berhalter banks it off the boards, and this one skips to the other side where it couldn't be received by any of the Knights players. Nicholas Berhalter taking off with speed into the zone. Berhalter attempting to slow things down as he tries to chip it onto the stick of Tint Shirts in the corner. Tint Shirts drops it back to the point, but Parator was inadvertently forced out as he couldn't keep it inside the zone. Now it's Brazel trying to muscle his way back in and set up another opportunity for the Knights. Sprawling out across was Sipek as the puck bounced around in front. Brazel couldn't jam it home right there as Farron is able to lift this one out of the zone, but not fully out into the Knights' territory as that chance by Parator got stopped by Sipek, and it remains bouncing around inside Arlington's zone with under a minute left to go, or with under 10 seconds left to go in this case. My mistake, I was looking at the number instead of the seconds on the penalty board in this facility. Brazel, Berhalter, Prang in front, couldn't get a hold of that feed. Brazel again, observing, feeds it across, Prang sends it out of play. An unsuccessful power play sequence for the Knights as they are not able to convert like how they did back in the second on the goal by Billy Prang. And we'll see if this has any impact against them, as Arlington is looking for anything to change the narrative here in the third period. Arlington will be, if this stays like this till the end, Arlington will be needing to hold their breath as Commack Sayville will take on John Jay FDR after this, where a win for Commack Sayville and with a lot of goals could be the end of Arlington's season. Before we know it, Dylan Quinn leveled to the ice. LaRue taking off the other way. Can he get to the goal? And he smashes into the end boards. And we'll see if this results in any ramifications. The officials are discussing a penalty here, and it will go against Ryan Weir, and it'll be for hooking, and Weir knows he was at fault as he was gesturing towards himself saying, I gotta be smarter than this. And with a lot of time on their side, and a lot of time still left in this contest, it's definitely should be emphasized that the Knights need to do everything they can to not make any mistakes. That includes finding themselves in the penalty box or making bad plays in their own zone, or not capitalizing. This one is tossed up in front. It couldn't be jammed home right there, and the rebound couldn't be stuffed in either. Another try at the top, and that one got blocked in. Burtonley in front by number 17 Gallagher, and it results in a clear for the Knights. Mikey Brazel back out on the ice as he'll look to play a big role on this penalty kill for Kings Park Commack. Farron drops this one into the corner and he'll hunt it down. Lays it in front. That one got pushed wide by the Admirals players. LaRue is able to keep it in the zone, or should I say Farron. Now LaRue is able to get a hold of it. Hepler. LaRue taking the task heavily right there by Tinshert. Gallagher spins this one in the corner, and we get another penalty, and it's going against the Knights. Joseph Parator loses his cool in the goal mouth battle with the Arlington Admirals player, and just like that, Kings Park Commack goes down 2 men here in the third period. And this will be a big chance here for the Admirals to change the story. And they got 34 seconds of 5-on-3 power play time, as time is called out from the Admirals, and head coach Kyle Ludwig is rallying around the troops, or hoping that he's brought the troops together at the bench as they look for something that can change this story into something else than the story that's being shown right now, which is the 1-2-3 combo of 8-9-10 in KPC's number one line, Prang, Abazis, and Brazel. And it begins with Prang getting tied up on the draw. 5-on-3 opportunity for the next 30 seconds. Horahan down low. Now LaRue shifting to the top, feeds it back onto the stick of Horahan, who gets it across, but is played off the boards. Hepler gets a chance, and that one got blocked in front. Prang keeps under his control, and he gets a clear, and that should do it for the first penalty, as the Knights will go down by 1 man for the next 1 minute and 26 seconds, as they hope to kill off the remaining power play opportunity that the Admirals have at this very moment. Hepler. Now Farron gets a hold of the feed. Farron tried to knife it the other way. Farron having to regather it as he failed to exit the zone the first time. Farron gets it over to Horahan, who then returns the feed back to Farron. Farron seeing what's up ahead, and his feed couldn't be reached well. And it results in another clear for the Knights, and more precious time being eliminated on the Arlington power play units. LaRue trying to chase it down before Quinn can take it from him. LaRue takes it back to the point. LaRue going on an adventure as he keeps it under his control. LaRue back in front, and that one couldn't be jammed home. It was perfectly put in place, and now there will be another penalty. However, it's going against the Admirals, to the chagrin of the head coach Kyle Ludwig and the staff of Arlington, as KPC has successfully killed off the penalty and will be rewarded with another power play, their first of the period. So we almost have gone 7 minutes of play in this possible final period of the season for Arlington. Score! And that is deuces for Prang. Billy Prang. The 8-9-10 combo does it again. The fourth goal registered by KPC's top line has made it 6-1. Prang collecting his second goal of the contest, and most importantly, and oddly enough, it's the second goal for him on the man advantage today. We almost saw one man score a power play hat trick this week, and that was James Hedquist of the Chaminade Flyers in a semifinal affair against the St. Anthony's Friars back in Caniac on Wednesday afternoon. Could we see that feat be accomplished here by Kings Park Commack Knights Billy Prang if the Knights do show up again on the man advantage? Heavy hit thrown there. Peter Abazis doesn't like it. And Hepler and Abazis. And now comes Shapiro, and the referees are able to apprehend the participants of the small quarrel behind the goal. And we'll see if any team will come out with a power play. That will not be the case, as both Peter Abazis and Benjamin Hepler have been assessed coincidental minors for the animated sequence behind the goal. So the frustration starting to set for the Admirals as the hourglass is beginning to run out ever so slightly. They know that this is a must-win game, especially with the opponent Commack Sayville plays against. FDR, who has not performed very well with a light roster intact for this weekend's games. And the way Commack Sayville played against KPC with the returning Joseph Walsh and Colin Bizel, who was named captain this weekend, it's inevitable that the Thunderbirds will advance and grab a spot in the semifinals tomorrow morning. 9 minutes to go, and we'll see if Arlington can answer back, and they do get a shot off, but it's stopped that time by Fruderman. There's the captain, Chris Cetera, and the Long Island Goals brothers, Dylan and Jacob Quinn, positioned on the ice as well. Tinshirts trying to jab it free and get it to the other direction, and look out there, Chris Cetera got muscled to the ice. Cetera able to float this one out of the zone as Tinshirts couldn't advance. Siegler can't pop it over the head of the Arlington players. This one does get pushed out, and Cox will try to throw it back ahead. Here's Jacob Quinn taking this one back in the zone. Quinn nearly got leveled to the ice right there, but he stayed on his feet. LaRue challenging. LaRue ran out of room to get the shot off, and this will result And another chance. The race is on between Quinn and Cox, but neither one will win that race as icing gets the best of both of them. Brazel trying to get a hold of it, to no avail. Here's Weir flexing his muscle against Medeiros, and this one is tossed off the body of Sipek, and it results in icing being waved off. LaRue having trouble navigating away from KPC's offensive units. And the familiar forces that have wreaked havoc all throughout this contest are positioned on the ice. Brazel praying as we get another face-off draw as a result of the icing. One of the top points getters from KPC's best line, remains put in the box after he had a dispute behind the goal with Hepler of the Arlington Admirals, as this one pinballed off a skate in front, but it didn't reach the back of the net. So another chance for the Admirals, and it's shut down right there by Fuderman. Tinshirt. Couldn't advance right there. And he'll get another chance to swing it out of harm's way. Argilla trying to track it down as Farron makes the keep. We are approaching the final minutes of the season for the Arlington Admirals. Dylan Quinn racing the other way. Firing, just missing right there as he was stopped by Sipek. Backhand try by Shapiro, wouldn't go, rebound. Quinn tried to tuck it home to no avail. Another stop, and back-to-back saves are made that time by Alexis Sipek. Rebound couldn't be jammed home either, and we get a player down far away from the goal, and that player is up on his feet and back on the Arlington bench as we have a conference brewing amongst the officials to determine whether or not this will go down as a power play for the Admirals. And by the looks of it, this will be a penalty to Dylan Quinn, one of the Long Island Goals products, half of the Quinn duo, the Quinn brothers duo.
Good ball, 30 seconds later.
2 minutes of power play time for the Admirals. 6 minutes of time altogether for Arlington to climb their way back in it. Not only do the Admirals find themselves in a disadvantage with the score that's being shown, but they also have time running out. That's become an enemy here in this third period. Barron takes this one back in the zone. Off the end boards, and it'll be regathered by Horahan. Hepworth got taken to task in the glass as this is soared out. Or it's soared out of the zone. And it goes for another clear by the Knights. However, the Knights are closing in on trying to get another one in the back of the net. It's Mikey Brazel with a monstrous reverse check in the end boards. And if that doesn't summarize the story of the #1 line for the Knights, I don't know what else can. All-out destruction by this top line, scoring numerous goals. And Billy Prang got taken down, and this will result undoubtedly in another penalty against Arlington. Or will it? It will, yes. Took me a minute took me a second just to see whether or not there was going to be a penalty, and oddly, well, there's the result. Menarios in the box. 3:42 to go. Chance in front, Arlington almost putting that one home. Two and a half to go. Score. That's 5 for the Knights' top line.
I will tell him.
Score, Jacob Quinn. The Long Island Goals brothers have made their presence felt here today.
under 40 points.
Okay.
If you get during a face-off, it's like 40, please. He's on the bench. He's white. He's on the bench.
Okay.
Final minute plus here in the third. And what looked like it was going to be a competitive battle to the end has resulted in an all-out offensive barrage led by top line of 8, 9, 10. Mikey Brazel, most notably, registering the most points with a combined total of 5 here in this one contest alone.
No problem.
And the final minute of play has been reached, and this will undoubtedly be an end to Arlington's Dream Week after defeating Commack Sayville 4-3, then getting a statement win over FDR. They find themselves falling to one of the more deadlier forces in this year's tournament.
If you watch the replay of this game and you go to 20 to 22 seconds,
Guys, be smart. To 22 seconds.
a little bit before that too, because I sniped him.
Gallagher
In the game, I sniped
sends
him.
that one wide of the cage.
That's cool. Thank you.
And I'll hit him on the line when they shake hands. And I just got him.
He goes through every game also. That's it. We win.
Another outstanding performance by Brandon Fuderman, who was 1 goal shy of the shutouts.
Get away. Game over. No, 1 point in.
And the puck will drop one last time before this one is all said and done. The KPC Knights ride on to the semifinals in Saugerties. And now the question remains, who will Kings Park Commack play on Sunday morning? At the moment, they will soak it all in as they were faced with a do-or-die ultimatum. It was win or go home, and what they did instead was obliterate the Admirals and punch their ticket to a shot at a long overdue state championship trophy. That does it here for the 5th game of today's 6-game marathon. We got one more coming right at you. It's Commack Sayville taking on John Jay in a matchup that the Arlington Admirals will be hoping for and rooting on John Jay to get a massive upset victory. But with the way Commack Sayville played, it's unbelievably wishful thinking Do we have a shot of the bench dog? I'm waiting for it. I think that's the one thing that we get so much praise for our coverage, and the one thing I feel bad at not being around for is well, we're waiting for it. I ain't leaving until I get to see until I get to talk about the good bench dog, and I guess, oh no. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see the bench dog tomorrow. That does it here for now, and we'll be back very soon for the nightcap between FDR and Commack Quad Sayville. See you soon.